White as snow, red as blood. Epilogue. Rumors of Queen Astrid's insanity spread like wildfire throughout the kingdom. Richard quickly made a public announcement, stating that his mother was no longer fit to rule and that Nathaniel would be the next in line to the throne. The following days were pure chaos as citizens accused Nathaniel of twisting his mother's mind. Eventually, the news made its way to the High King of Avani. He personally visited Hamilton to settle the matter. In the end, practically everything was shared with the public, from Richard's biological father to Nathaniel's curse and Astrid's attempts on Snow's life. Then, due to the circumstances, the High King authorized Nathaniel to take charge effective immediately, disregarding the wishes of Hamilton's late king completely. Richard's curse was the only secret that remained, but the High King saw no reason to reveal this to the people, seeing as Richard would no longer be on the throne. The weeks after were worse, and the two princes had several sleepless nights. Due to Chief Elijah's departure, Rose and Snow were in a similar position. Another herbalist, who had been working at the castle longer than the girls, became the new chief, but he needed all the help he could get. In what free time the girls had, they spent it with Benjamin, so he could replicate the wolf's bane potion for Richard while also researching a permanent cure. Months later, the kingdom found stable ground, adjusting to Nathaniel's rule. It was then that the older nobles demanded he fulfill the late king's request even if Nathaniel was already crowned, and it was Richard that the king's word referred to. Their demand, of course, was that Nathaniel get married. After complying with other traditional obligations, this was one Nathaniel would happily complete. Snow became his queen, and the people loved her as they once loved Astrid. Songs were written about her beauty, and each one made Snow extremely uncomfortable. Rose and Richard didn't marry until a year later, but their engagement was publicly announced. The kingdom also became known as a kingdom of healing as the two sisters expanded their research on medicinal herbs combined with magic. The information they freely shared led to breakthroughs. Then, one evening, Rose received a strange vial with a message tied to its neck. It merely stated the potion was for Richard, but Rose knew what it was and who it was from. After drinking the liquid inside, Richard was finally free of his curse. In the mountains, hiding from the rest of the world, Elijah watched through Astrid's enchanted mirror as his son hugged his beloved wife. He smiled and set the mirror down on the small table where Rose and Snow used to regularly eat their meals. He stood and walked outside to find Astrid collecting herbs in the garden. She sang a little tune, blissfully unaware that she had once been queen. Elijah had worried Astrid would regret taking the memory loss potion he prepared for her, but she had yet to request their return. Astrid was finally where she wanted to be, with the person she wanted to be with. Her memories cut off right around the time Elijah cursed himself. She was aware she had done something terrible after and had two sons. She knew nothing beyond that except that she chose to forget for a reason. When she saw Elijah, she smiled at him and waved him over. She tossed her arms around his neck, and they swayed back and forth in a gentle dance. The day would come when Astrid's sons would return to the cottage and be accompanied by their fair wives. One with skin as white as snow and the other with lips as red as blood. However, Elijah didn't fear the day's arrival because he knew no one could forgive like Snow White and Rose Red.